Wait until you hear what's really going on behind this government shutdown, because what President Trump just said about flight cancellations and the Democrats' secret strategy will leave you speechless. Stay tuned till the end, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this story deserves to be heard everywhere. President Trump is standing firm, saying the recent flight cancellations are not political games, but necessary steps to protect every American's safety. He insists these cuts are only happening to ensure 100% safety, even as the shutdown drags on longer than expected. The White House says this isn't about leverage, it's about doing what has to be done when government funding stalls. Trump also says Democrats would terminate the filibuster the very first hour they assume control, warning Republicans that now is the time to act decisively while they still can. When it comes to reopening the government, negotiations behind closed doors are reportedly going nowhere. Sources say Democrats are in no rush. Some even believe dragging things out could hurt Republicans more, especially as delays at airports frustrate millions of travelers across the country. The new deal proposed by Senator Thune aims to fund key departments like agriculture and Veterans Affairs temporarily, but reports indicate Democrats plan to walk away from that offer too. Republicans argue they're trying to fund the most critical parts of government, but the votes simply aren't there. Even attempts to use reconciliation, a process to pass legislation without Democratic support, are being dismissed by GOP leadership. Senator John Kennedy says each time the idea comes up, it's quickly shut down. For many Americans watching this unfold, the big question is simple: what's this shutdown really about? At first, Democrats framed it around healthcare funding, but that talking point has faded fast. Now the focus has shifted to the chaos it's causing, particularly in airports, where delays and cancellations have become the new norm. Critics say Democrats are rolling the dice, hoping public frustration will turn against Republicans. Some commentators believe this is all about causing maximum pain for political gain. They point out that Democrats don't currently control the House, the Senate, or the presidency, yet they're still managing to dictate terms. Many in Washington think Democrats are emboldened by recent wins in Virginia, New Jersey, and other local races, and now believe the political wind is at their backs. Their strategy appears to be simple: let the shutdown continue, let the pain spread, and let voters blame the Republicans. President Trump, meanwhile, is calling for a bold move, nuke it, he says, referring to eliminating the filibuster rule that currently requires 60 votes to pass most legislation. Trump argues that if Democrats take power, they'll do exactly that anyway. He points to comments from Democratic figures like James Carville and Eric Holder, who have suggested ending the filibuster, expanding the Supreme Court from 9 to 13 judges, and even adding 2 new states to lock in power. But not everyone agrees with Trump's call. Some Republicans warn that getting rid of the filibuster could have long-term consequences for America's political balance. In the past, moderate Democrats like Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema stopped such attempts, but with new figures like John Fetterman rising in influence, it's unclear who might stand in the way next time. As the standoff continues, both sides are digging in, and ordinary Americans are left caught in the middle, facing flight delays, government service shutdowns, and rising frustration. Whether this ends with a deal or another political showdown, one thing's clear: this shutdown is about far more than budgets. It's about power, control, and the future direction of the United States government. So what do you think? Who's really to blame for this shutdown? Drop your thoughts in the comments and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what happens next.